All right, let's welcome in our powerhouse panel. Joining Allison and me on this Friday morning, Project 21 National Advisory Board member and radio host Christopher Arps and best-selling author and political analyst Mark Halpern. Pretty unbelievable. It's 75 years since Jackie Robinson first broke the color barrier. Chris, to you, I know you're a baseball fan, a Cardinals fan. Mark, to you, I know you're a sometimes Red Sox fan. Chris, go ahead.
Well, big significant event. I can remember when I was like about 6 years old, the day that Jackie Robinson died in 71 or 72. And I was young, but I didn't really understand the significance of him. But I just remember how sad my father and my relatives were about that. And of course, I later learned his significance. I can tell you the movie that came out on his life a few years ago.
Agreed.
There's not a lot of times that I go to movies and cry at the movies, but that movie was so powerful. Just what he went through affected me emotionally very deeply.
Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. And the actor that played Jackie Robinson in that movie just passed away.
Yes.
A great actor, and his career was on the rise as well. Mark, to you.
I credit that movie too. Great talent, but just such bravery. And sometimes history glorifies folks beyond the reality. Not in this case, Jackie Robinson, one of the true heroes in American history for what he did. And I think the implications of what he did reverberate to this day in a positive way.
Yeah, and a complex.
And Rob?
Yep, go ahead, Chris.
One thing else that's significant, there were a lot of better players in the Negro Leagues than Jackie Robinson, but he was chosen specifically because he had the temperament to be able to put up with all of the crap that he would have to put up with.
And that's putting it lightly.
Don't really realize that.
Yeah, and that's putting it lightly, Chris. What he had to endure day in and day out, along with his wife, and he started a family as well at that time. You think about some of the legends of the game. I mean, Satchel Paige. Imagine if he were in the major leagues in the 30s, or late 30s when he should have been. But you look at some of the names that teams passed on. The Red Sox passed on Jackie Robinson. The Red Sox passed on Willie Mays. I grew up a Red Sox fan, and you hear about this, and you're like, my goodness, maybe there's no curse of the Bambino if Tom Yaki and Red Sox management did the right thing back when they had a chance. Instead, we've got an 86-year curse that took till, what was that year, Mark, when they broke that curse?
I don't know. Ask Bill Buckner.
Yeah, no, not 86.
Against the Cardinals.
04. It was against the Cardinals. Did they sweep them? I think they might have swept them, too. I was
yeah,
that game.
Let's move on, Rob.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Chris. I thought this was fascinating yesterday. Joe Biden is about to board Air Force One, and a reporter asked him, we saw British Prime Minister Boris Johnson in Ukraine mocking the Russians, walking through the streets of Kyiv last weekend with President Zelensky. Would you go to Ukraine? And President Joe Biden indicated that, yes, he would. Take a listen.
Will you send officials to Ukraine? Will you send senior officials to Ukraine?
Well, we're making that decision now. Thank you.
Who would you send?
What was the reason? You ready to go? Yeah.
Allison, what do you make of that? Is that just another one of these Biden flubs, or did the president think he's going to Ukraine?
No, I really think it was just one of his mistakes or gaffes. I know Jen Psaki, circled back and said, well, no, we don't have any plans right now. I mean, I did see, and I apologize, I don't know where he was speaking. I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Yep.
He was speaking, and then he was done with his speech, and he walked over to shake somebody's hand, but nobody was there, and he kind of looked confused, and then he finally walked off the stage. That's more concerning to me than him saying
all right,
that.
we have that sound of Joe Biden. He was in North Carolina speaking at one of the largest prominent black colleges in America, to Joe Biden and his siblings, and just sort of being confused in that setting. Take a look at Joe Biden, then we're going to take a look at Joe Biden's sister. But this is Joe Biden in North Carolina yesterday.
God bless you all.
So just from his team, right? I remember when he sometimes has people behind him, and we're like, who is that person? Remember a couple weeks ago? From a team standpoint, he should have somebody right there guiding him where to go, because this just didn't look good.
It was just strange. And then we've only got about a minute left, but this is his sister Valerie Biden, 75 years old. Yesterday, she was on CNN Plus with Chris Wallace talking about how, well, nothing has come of the Hunter Biden situation, so why are we even looking at it? Take a look at this exchange.
I know that Hunter is a very bright young man. I know that he's a Yale Law School graduate. He was on several of the world. Wait, I might get this wrong. The board for World Hunger or something close like that. And that he's been and he ran business, was involved in many businesses. So yeah, I mean, Hunter is a Biden. He can't run. That's his name. And he's a smart and capable and honorable and good young man.
Mark, your take on that. By the way, CNN Plus, complete disaster. They invested $300 billion in CNN Plus. Chris Wallace left Fox News. He was making $10 million a year. That's what we're hearing from Axios. CNN Plus has 10,000 subscribers. 10,000. They've invested $300 million. That's pretty amazing. Mark, go ahead.
I found that clip very painful to watch, and I can tell you that there's deep concern in the Biden family about both Hunter's current state of mind as well as what's happening with the U.S. Attorney investigation. So
yes.
This has gotten, some attention. It's been covered to some extent as a press story because of the unprecedented cover-up by social media and the dominant media at the end of the last election. But I think right now for the Biden family, at least part of this is a very personal level of concern.
Well, we're seeing that now, and we'll see if Hunter Biden is charged. Panel, we'll do this again top of the hour. Looking forward to that.